Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker. I love saying that, I don't know why, I just love announcing that I'm playing this game because I don't know how many times I've said it now, but I'm sat here on the 4th of October. I'm over 200 hours into this playthrough. I've been playing this game since February, so a good 8 months. And I sit down after work, because I've just finished work about 10 minutes ago, and I just look forward to the session. The more and longer that this game goes, the more I think to myself and convince myself, not only convincing, but kind of reaffirm to myself that this is a top class game. Right up there amongst my very favourites. But anyway, interesting session ahead. I don't know if you're going to actually hear this or not. I'll see this video, so I could be talking to myself for no apparent reason whatsoever. But basically my plan of attack is, there's a lot of kingdom management to do. Now for those of you that might not have seen the stream yesterday, the Monkey Island stream, I have confirmed that there is going to be no other acts or chapter changes between now and after Ancient Curse Part 5. Now, that means there's 267 days for us to kingdom manage and do some kind of, some might say, menial tasks, such as helping our companions. Bless them. Menial, you know, helping our comrades out with their trouble and strife. Shouldn't be menial, should it? But hey, in the grand scheme of things, and any sort of artisan questy type stuff, and maybe there might be some kind of timed trigger quests that occur that might prepare us for the next chapter. I'm not sure about that, but hey, there's going to be a lot of kingdom management, and I don't want to bore you with that for 267 in-game days. So my plan is, going forward, is I'm going to start recording these sessions as I normally would, play through without commentating the kingdom management stuff, and when things crop up that I think, oh, that'll be interesting to share with you guys, just kind of start to commentate and kick in. So essentially what you'll end up with is a bit of a highlights package style video of tidbits of useful or interesting stuff with a lot of the gumph chopped out. And doing it this way allows me to keep it live rather than doing after commentary, so I'm just going to kind of see how it turns out. Let me know if you see this video what you think, if indeed there is enough content to fit into a highlights package. But we do have a starting point today, actually, and that is Affairs of the Heart. We have Chemo, who we give a necklace to, an emerald necklace that we managed to find by chance, and we give it to him so he could take it on a day and impress his partner, well, not a betrothed, but, you know, a little fancy piece. And yeah, something's gone horribly wrong, so we're going to go and check it out, because whilst Chemo is feeling down in the dumps about his love life, he's not producing the goods that we need him to, so it's in our best interest to help him out. So that's what we shall do. Now, I seem to recall that we did stash and sell all of our crap, which means we can now proceed onwards with helping out one of our artisans to start the session off. So let's go see what we can do for old Chemo. Now I'm thinking that Chemo is only a stone's throw away in Skunktown. I'm hoping so anyway. If he's anywhere else, oops, let's cancel that and enter there. Yeah, if it's anywhere else, then we're going to be a bit scuppered, aren't we? This is testing my memory. I could have researched this before the session started, but hey, why would I do something so efficient, such as that? There he is. Because I knew where he was all along, of course. It wasn't a complete and utter sort of 80% guess. Right, anyway, Elquist.
I need to concentrate.
First things
distracted leads to becoming dismembered.
First things first. Let's get rid of this negative level drain that he's had for so long. Been so busy.
I am prepared.
Oh, Chemo giving Elquist a dreary nod. Good day. The weather doesn't help, does it? Okay, come on now, Chemo. Tell good old Uncle Elquist what's gone wrong, what's happened, have you had a fight? Well, I bought that necklace for you, it looked absolutely beautiful. Should have been game, set and match, surely. Oh, I don't know. Everything went so well after our first date. We spent every day together. We talked, we gathered flowers, we watched the clouds pass by. And then one evening, she said goodbye and hid herself inside her tree. She hasn't shown her face or said a word to me ever since, no matter how many times I've asked. Just clarify exactly what you mean by hid in her tree. She's a dryad. Her body and spirit are tied to an oak. She takes care of it and protects it. I met her when I was in the forest, trying to find my way to the settlement. Oh, that's... well, could that be problematic? Possibly. Okay, fine. How about you show me on my map where exactly I can find her, and perhaps I can have a word. But you can't help. Her heart knows no mercy. You cannot change her wooden mind. Well, don't say I don't offer support to my artisans. If that's your attitude about things, perhaps I should go and do some other business. Talk to the Dryad. Oh, did he mark it on our map? I thought he was basically telling us he's not interested. Oh, maybe he did mark it on our map. Maybe I've misinterpreted that. Okay, so in the Fey Glade. Okay, maybe he did. Sorry about that, Chemo. I just took my bat and ball home for no apparent reason there. Okay. Today's session brought to you by Matchmaker.com. Is it actually a real website? I don't know. I'm not affiliated, honestly. I just made it up. Is that real? It must be a real site. Is it a real site? Oh dear. Oh, it's just right there. Oh, it's up the road. We can visit that. Hopefully the weather is a bit more charming here. I hear thunder. No kidding, Acundio. Guess what, Acundio? I feel rain too. Oh, very perceptive, Elquist. I know. Who's this? You recognize a dryad that you saw some time ago with a drunken satyr. Of course! Her skin glistens like polished wood and her head is crowned with a mane of grass and leaves. Here you are! I knew you'd come to try and change my mind. Chemo talks about you every day, you know. Ah, I say. Oh my god, there's a lot of speech here. Oh my god. What the hell is this option? Alright. Why have you rejected him? Maybe I just grew tired of him. I don't even know. He's so two-dimensional. There's no intrigue in him. Everything he does is so predictable. All the flowers, all the compliments. I've just had enough, thank you very much. But... well, he's not going to break out into poetry. Or prose, or whatever you call the damn thing. Whatever, that's something that Lindsay would do. How did you end up here? What do you mean, end up? I live here. I grew up in this forest together with my magnificent oak. If there's anyone who's ended up here, it's you. Ooh, we're running out of options here. Oh, but Chemo is a talented craftsman. He's an artist. Surely that should interest you. I mean, his talent's going to waste. He's down in the dumps. He's lost all inspiration. Perhaps talk things over before you make a hasty decision. In the name of art? Oh, I am sick and tired of this. Why did fate pick me to be sacrificed to art? Oh, well, you win. The artist can come back. It's not like I've got anything better to do around here. Ah, glad you've seen sense. Have a good day now. And here I am, envisaging Elquist delivering what something can only be described as some kind of... some lines out of a love play or something. Something out of a theatre. Perhaps he'd seen the night before, was drinking port-ops. Anyway, back to Skunktown. Right. Good day. Now, Chemo, put a smile on your face and a spring in your step, because I have had a chat with your dryad. And... yes, go to her. She's waiting for you. You can find out the rest when you get there. It cannot be. Really? Thank you, Elquist. Yes, oh, off you go. And as I said, put a smile on your face, will you? Ah, there you go. And look at that. So now we'll see what happens after that. A little bit of love reconciliation as we now endeavour to head back to our capital and conduct kingdom management. So here is where I shall leave you. And hopefully next time we speak, it will be for something productive. See you in a second. Okay, just a very quick one to update you with. I'm just going through kingdom management, obviously, and we assigned the storyteller to a problem where the people were spreading malicious rumours about the king being a werewolf, a lycanthrope, and as you can clearly see, the storyteller... Disaster. Yeah, people are looking far too closely at the songs and odes that have been created by the bards. Lindsay, we'll have to get her on the case to correct this issue. But yeah, they're finding hidden meanings where there are none, clearly. And look at the stat. Every single stat has been reduced as a result of this disaster. God. Storytellers stick to telling stories, it seems. Jesus. Elquist is about to shave every hair off his body. Right, anyway, onwards and upwards. See you again when something else happens. Okay, obviously you've seen that nothing... I didn't cut away, I've just let this roll on naturally. Because straight after the disaster, we have another notable incident. Our beloved Donfear, Chief Spy Master, has had a success. Look at that. His agents purchased the palace's secrets through a third party. This allowed the spy to be traced and arrested. Security crisis averted. All this time, have we been overly harsh on Donfear? Perhaps he will make a very, very competent spy master. As I said in the stream, not through competence, but through the fact that nobody would... nobody would ever deem him to be a spy master. That is as key to his success. He's the least likely looking spy master ever. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Okay, the Grand Diplomat wants to discuss important matters, so apparently we're not moving too swiftly on. We got about 3 problems here. Oh, we got quite a lot of problems and not many means to solve them. Ransoms, I'll have to sort this out off camera. There's a lot going on here. Oh my god, we've got rats all over the place. Oh my gosh, we have issues upon issues upon issues here. We're going to have to prioritise, and some of these are going to miss. So now it starts to become a balancing act. Anyway, let's see what the Grand Diplomat wants. Whilst we're on. Elquist, we've arrested a strange man. He was making a map of our rivers and bays. Upon his capture, he shouted that he serves the Black Marquis and was sent to create a map of the local trade routes. But pirates are full of guile, and this map might be used not for trade, but for raids. What are we going to do with him, being that he's admittedly serving another king? The most important thing now is to appear strong and influential. If we demonstrate our military power, the pirates will be afraid to face off. Even better, we could show them our riches. Whether or not the story about trade routes is a tale, we can let the Black Marquis wonder if he'd be better off if he were our friend. Tell me more, Lindsay, about this Black Marquis and his protectorate, before I engage in any future potential trade activities, for example. Once a Chelish pirate named Morgan the White visited the village of Deadbridge to rest and replenish his supplies. He settled there, and in time decided to build a whole pirate nation there. Those who joined him began to collect duties from foreign ships, but they never touched the ships of the river kingdoms. Thus he gained the support and respect of his neighbours. That's how the Protectorate was created. I see. Well then, if I know pirates as well as I know pirates, apparently Donfear in a past existence may have captained a ship, he's led us to believe. I highly disbelieve him, of course, but nonetheless, yes, I know pirates are married to riches, so yes, show them that we are rich, and then this Marquis will conclude that they are better off our friends than our enemies. Great! When we show off our riches and convince pirates to trade with us, not fight, I can't wait for an opportunity to chat with the first captains who bring us their goods. Excellent. Oh, hang on. Stalwart warriors look. Okay, very good. Yes, keep showering me with gifts. Come hither, come hither. Nezriel. More gifts. Thank you. Vein Finder. Ooh. Ooh. Was she the one that does a dagger? Yeah, I want another dagger. Not that I'm being greedy, but I'm the king and I like daggers and I use daggers, so I want another dagger. Okay? Thank you. Aha, Shinier. I am happy to see you, O most worthy one. I miss her stories. Oh, monastic Kama, we can't ask her for anything specific, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, I miss her. I miss her tall tales. Can we have them back? What's she? Oh no! Oh no! I spoke too soon. That's got to be a comedy clip. Oh my god! Oh, most worthy one, I forgot, because I just left. I had to turn on my heels and return to you. I spend the day and night listening to the stories that guests of my workshop bring to share. I decided to sort those stories and put them into 2 baskets. One for stories from local peasants and hunters, and another for stories of travellers from faraway lands. Surprised I was to see that the first basket stays empty all the time, while the other is almost full. While I was thinking about it, I took a walk in the forest, and I meant to jump over the forest stream, but being as how my mind was all distracted by my great basket mystery, I accidentally jumped too high and into the upper branches of a tall oak. Chris scoffs. Sorry, do continue. And there they were, the stories that had been stolen from the first basket, all hidden in a magpie nest. Sitting on the oak branches, I asked the magpies why they stole from the basket of local stories and never touched the other. And the magpies told me that they love everything that's shiny and bright. And what could be shinier and brighter than your fellow neighbours discussing how they went to the stream to wash their clothes or repaired their fence 3 years ago? Surely not the dusty stories of weary travellers. Ask yourself, O worthy one, why I told you this story, and this is your answer. I have reforged this story into the gift which I present to you now. The Eye of the Tornado. Elquist, I don't even know what it is, but Elquist is taking this gift and probably giving it some great attention right now. I mean, obviously it was a gift worthy of a story. Almost on cue. There I was commenting about, I've had a story from it for a while, and boof! Like the game heard me. I've said this many a time. In LPs past, but sometimes it's like these computer games listen to me because I say something like just like random like that, and then it happens. But anyway, let's have a look at what we've been given by our artisans here as we take a look at newest to oldest. So we've got Lindsay, what have we got here? That's better than your shock light crossbow, I believe. Let's have a bit of a switcheroo there, Lindsay, and then get rid of that one because it's weighing you down. We'll just put it in our pack and just have it ready should you need to equip it at the drop of a hat. But look at that, Eye of the Tornado. Bloody hell. Shania. Well, we're going to have... She's gone up in our estimations all of a sudden. Right, we've got Vein Finder, which is a rapier. Very nice name for a rapier, actually, but not useful to us. And that as well, not very good. So we'll sell all of these things. Netting us how much profit? About 11, 15... Not bad. 20 grand's worth of profit. Quite nice. Anyway, right. Let's have a look at... Kingdom management and see what's going on. There we go. We've seen the situation and we've got a new rank up. Right, okay. Back to kingdom management. I'll cut back to when something exciting or useful happens. Okay, I had to come back just for this particular problem because, I mean, look at that. Tracking the path of the wild hunt where the Witcher meets Pathfinder. Anyway. Bartholomew on the case, not the greatest success chance, even with a crisis point. But hey, we'll have to chance it. Okay, again, worthy of just updating you simply because it involves Donfear. But look at this. We assigned him to try to deal with this situation. A light-fingered administrator in Last Wall was wanting to sell us a herd of excellent war horses, but not through official channels. And our king of espionage here... was obviously not the king of the treasury because he was too stingy. The minister kept mumbling something about stinky miser and dirty cheat. Well done, Donfear. Well done. Anyway, onwards and upwards again. Ooh, now that's nice. Look at that. 3 BP and some real good increases. Commercial advantage. Nice. And of course Shandra has become a more proficient counsellor, as if she could be any more proficient. And another success with the curses. Looking at the Vordakai curse here. So many forces were at play during the battle for the Oculus of Abaddon, but we learned that in order to curse someone, one has to know their true essence, the thing that defines their being. Without this, the curse will have much less power over its victim. This research has increased our understanding of arcane magic. We now have quite a deep understanding of curses. Of course we do. And look at that. We've got extra trade with Brineheart, plus economy, plus 7, 5 extra BP per week. I mean, we're making more BP per week now than we did under the watchful gaze of Aldori and her stipend. Yes, we're a thriving kingdom, if you ask me, but then I'm slightly biased. Now the storyteller can be upgraded. Makes complete sense. And we have a demand for a minister who wants to speak to us. Penitence, we'll get to later. We have a visitor from another world. We've already had this in the past. That's a repeat one. And we have some runaways, opportunities. Opportunities abound. We'll get to these off camera, but whilst I've got you back on again, we might as well receive these visitors. Donfear, who of course has no verbal text, has basically arrived to report about the recent espionage developments in the kingdom. We've lost to economy, but we've gained a bit of espionage. And that's about it. This is one of the issues with having a non-character, kind of a created character as your minister. You don't get any of the kind of flavour, kind of support missions here. They just give you a random, I say random, but they give you a kingdom effect based on, I don't know, is it a dice roll? Whichever option he would have picked. Not sure, but anyway. Donfear comes in, he bows and he leaves. Like, what have you come for? I don't wish to speak to you. Fine. Acid oil from Bokken. Clearly not the elixir of youth, but hey. No, it won't rot in a chest, Bokken. It'll rot in my backpack instead. Right, onwards to some more kingdom management. Okay, it seems every time I cut away, or try to cut away, this happens. New things happen, or things that I want to tell you about happen. Which makes me realise, actually, there's probably more stuff that happens in kingdom management than I give credit for, really. That's probably worthy of your time. But anyway, on the plus side, it means you're getting a session today. Scouting projects. With special projects, you can find locations you've missed within kingdom regions while exploring the territory. Use projects to send scouts, and after a while they return with information about a new location. Oh, so it's kind of like a way to mop up your map. So if we have, gone round Silverstep, for example, and maybe missed a handful of little places, then it will crop up. Now, interesting. Interesting indeed. Scouting the central regions. Shrykills, South Natchez, and Elmarches. It just takes BP and time. But we would be better served sending our agents to events and opportunities to start with. And then if we ever get into a situation where we have them not doing anything, then we can look at this. But that's an interesting mechanic. Right, perfect. So we have nothing else to do now but manage these little things here. So once again, cutting away, and I'll be back with you when something else happens. Okay, so we've done a bit more kingdom management, just ranking up Reggie's military rating to rank 5 now, and obviously that's past 14 days, and as we've ticked over into a new month, we have this that has cropped up. Apparently, the Kingdom of Stolen Lands and its ambitious ruler are attracting renewed attention from across all of Golarion. Some new factions have taken a keen interest in the affairs of King Elquist. Some interesting developments are surely about to unfold. Okay, and, well, Bartholomew successfully tracked down the path of the Wild Hunt. Of course you have. Cost us BP, though. Funeral services to commemorate the victims. Rebuild the buildings that were destroyed. Future funds for the development of the settlement. Free education for the victims' children. Wow. This is almost like a government package, isn't it? Quite topical at the moment. Oh, no. There's only an opportunity, though. And look at that, he had a 55% chance to solve the situation with rats swarming the capital. And these weren't just any old rats. These were were-rats. After intense negotiations, the Werats agreed to leave the capital. He was probably wielding that lycanthrope Bane crossbow whilst he was having those negotiations, just for protection, you know. But Donfear, I think that's now 2 out of 3 successes, maybe 3 out of 4. He's proven to be quite a competent little counsellor, is our Donfear. And of course, nothing but triumph for Shandra. Right, I'll leave it there until something else interesting happens. Something interesting like this. First of all, Stagfall has become chaotic neutral again, which means I'm going to have to go back out into my realm, across the villages and towns, and make sure that all buildings of chaotic type, such as dance halls, such as dance halls, are constructed immediately. So that's a shift in Kingdom stat, which is great. And also, we have restored the Road of Shields, plus 20 to economy, 10 to stability in relations, 5 extra BP per week means we're now doing 45 BPs per week. And, of course, all Warden or Treasurer resolvations, or the correct term is resolutions, in the Now Marches have a +3 bonus, which is absolutely fantastic. So, yes, well done, Ecundio. Well done indeed. Took his time, but he got there in the end. Right, okay, so I'm going to go now and cross the land and build all my dance halls, all my fairs, all my theatres. It's going to be grand. Oh, hello, everyone. Just thought I'd check in with you again here, just to demonstrate that, oh, a brothel, you say? In Glenshire? Of course! Where else would we stick a brothel? Oh, happy days. A dance hall, you say? Clearly. Right next to the brothel, if you don't mind. Right-ho, I just thought I'd check in again, just simply because I want to try this out. So we're going to send the outskirts, send the scouts to the outskirts in the North Now Marches to see what this does exactly. It might not reveal anything at all, but we've got not too many opportunities and problems at the moment, and 15 days won't take us past the end of the month, so Ecundio can mop up anything when he comes back. So we'll give this a try to see how it works. And now we've got 2 people that want to speak to us in the throne room, so without further ado, let's see what they want. Congratulations, Elquist! It looks like your subjects' efforts weren't wasted after all. The Black Marquis and his pirates that were prowling around here won't be attacking the kingdom. At least, that's one problem off our hands. Ah, good. And who was that waiting in... Who's this waiting in line? Oh, Reggie! Elquist, we need to talk. A border patrol got buried under an avalanche in the eastern mountains. They're probably all dead. Not a great loss. They weren't the first to die, and they won't be the last. But there's a number of troops volunteering to go rescue them. The first avalanche is never the last. We'll risk losing half the army up there. It's just not worth it. But if I say we're not going to the mountains, they won't learn anything. They'll just take me for a heartless bastard. That's why I'd rather you give the order to cancel the mission. Nothing like a bit of delegation to your superiors. He wants to pass the book. We can't have him being seen as a heartless bastard, can we now? So, loyalty -3, what's that? Loyalty +3, military -6. I'll let him decide. He wants us to tell him that, doesn't he? So, we shall do it. Okay, very good. Well, she's waited her turn, bless her. Oh, Geronna. Not a young woman. Velvet attire, irreproachable poise. Wealth, nobility. But grief she suffers. Greetings, Your Highness. Let me introduce myself. I am Geronna Al-Navi, head of the Al-Navi family. But my name is of no importance. My family and I are to leave your domain today. My son mysteriously died a week ago. His body was examined. The death appeared to be natural. But it's obvious to any reasonable person that a man in his prime can't just drop dead. Your subjects have failed to show me mercy or understanding. Now I fear that such sudden death may find my other relatives as well, especially now that mysterious and inexplicable deaths are growing more common in your lands. My departure is a settled matter, but I still believe in law and justice. Perhaps now you may choose to step in and protect those who are relying on you. Mysterious deaths? What the hell are you talking about? There's no containing gossip, Your Highness. Over the past few weeks, many fine ladies and gentlemen have died under mysterious circumstances. The guards declare that all cases were but mishaps. I find it quite suspicious that experienced riders fall from their horses and break their necks, or young beauties die from minor cuts they got on promenade. I admit it does sound a little bit suspicious. Who was your son, and did he have any enemies? My son was a lawyer. He promoted various interests and handled the affairs of several merchants. He could hardly practice his profession without making some enemies. However, I'm not sure I could point to anyone in particular. And how exactly did he die? Apologies that I have to ask, but getting to the bottom of the situation, you'd understand. During a hunt surrounded by friends. They say they found my poor son in the morning. His body was already in rigour, and his face frozen in the last expression he had, terror. There wasn't a single mark on his body, and his food and wine had been shared with others. Well, I shall look into this. It does seem a tad suspicious. Leave it with me. I was hoping to see justice done after I spoke with you. Thank you, Your Highness. May Abadar be with you. Ooh, this could well be the start of a little quest chain. And more gifts. Python skin doublet. Ooh. Now let us take a look at this. An unexpected visit on the edge. Forget that. We've got a doublet to check out first. Priorities. It's light leather armour. Immunity to trip. Touch of slime. Could be a Lindsay one, that one, couldn't it? 7 armour class 6. Oh, it's not as good armour class, but you see the bonuses are quite good. It's worth 30,000. Jesus. Why have I got a cloak in here? There you go. Right, excellent. So I think that's a good point to leave today's session. We have a quest to investigate. Of course, more kingdom management to crack on with. But yeah, today's session actually, we got a few things cropping up. And we haven't actually progressed that many days. About 30, I think. So yeah. We'll keep doing this for now, just kind of checking in when stuff happens, but at the start of the next session, of course, we'll have something to keep us occupied. We have some investigation to do. So join me for that then, but until that occurs, I shall see you next time.